Hey, what's up YouTubers, Lee John Blackmore here, super easy guitar. So don't get stuck in a rut. I'm going to show you some stuff to keep that routine interesting, because I know routines can be super boring and you can kind of get stuck on the same stuff and it just becomes frustrating. So if you watched my previous video, the 5-minute guitar routine, you would have seen something like this kind of thing. I'm going to show you that, like, the next step to that, if you're ready, if you feel confident to move on to the next step. And it might look complicated, but as always, I will simplify it and I will do it step by step, and I'll put the tabs on screen for you. Now that chord progression I'm using, A minor, F, C, G, has been used in hundreds, if not thousands of songs. Songs you would have heard of, which is why I gave you the little reference at the end. So if you know what that is, let me know in the comments box below. I'm not going to mention it because of copyright, okay? I don't want to get into trouble like I have before. But it's been used in thousands and thousands of songs. Now I'm going to play that at the end so you can play along, and I'll show you how to play that solo. There's something else you can play over the top. So if you've got a friend, or if you use a loop pedal and one of you is playing the chords, guitar part 2, you could do this triad position over the top. Let me give you an example. So I'm just playing the triads, which just means 3 notes out of the chord. Okay, so A minor is going to look like that, and it's actually a D minor shape, but all the way up, starting in the 8th fret, 8th, 9th and 10th fret. So that's going to be A, then I'm going to slide my second finger up to the 10th fret. Okay, and that's F. You probably don't recognize it like that, and that's because normally it would be played as a bar like that, but we just want the top 3 notes, so sometimes it's just easier to play the strings, just the strings we want to ring out. Okay, so A minor, F, next is C, and I'm just barring at the 8th fret and playing the 9th with my second finger. You're probably used to seeing it like this as a bar, but again, I just want the top 3 strings. And then the last one, G. There's a couple of ways you could do G. You could do it up there, but I prefer just to play that D shape at the 7th fret. So instead of showing you a random kind of licks that you find really interesting to play and really technical, but I want you to be able to use them creatively. And when it comes to the improvised solo, when you can do everything on one string, if you like, I'm just going to show you the positions first. So you can start off open, and then it's going to be 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, 10, 12, 13, 15, and 17. So if you can't reach up here, if you don't have a cutaway, no big deal. Okay. Now, all I'm doing, I'm kind of doing that AC/DC thing. Actually, I originally took the idea from Vivaldi. So there's no rules. You can play it as slow or as fast as you like. The trick I'm using, I'm doing a downstroke with the note and an upstroke on the open. Okay, so 1 0 3 0 5 0 7 0 8 0 10 0 12 0 13 0 15 0 17 0. Now you can do that in any order, but you would have seen me doing something that sounds kind of cool. So I'm doing 8 7 5 8 7 5. Obviously O's in between. 8 0 7 0 5 0 8 0 7 0 5 0. Start this really slowly. You don't have to use just one finger. Use alternative fingers. Okay? Doesn't matter. So that's your first position. Next position could be 10 8 7. 12 10 8. 13 12 10. You get the idea, right? I'm going up by one note every time. 15 13 12. 17 15 13. You could go backwards. No rules, okay? Mess around, play along with the backing track. Now, the other thing you saw me doing, all I'm doing there, I'm just doing a descending pattern. So I'm going 15, 13, 12 on the top E string, and then I'm doing the same on the B string. Okay, so 15, 13, 12, top E, 15, 13, 12 on the B. Just repeating it. Don't have to do it fast, don't have to use those fingers, use what fingers you're comfortable. Now when I first teach people this, they have a tendency to do it bitty, which is like too staccato. You want it to flow a bit more, and the trick is to leave the fingers on a little bit longer. And I'm going down, up, 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 down, up. Then I'm moving to 13, 12, 10. Okay, 13, 12, 10 on the E, 13, 12, 10 on the B. 12, 10, 8 on the top E. 12, 10, 8 on the B. So then the trick is to try and put them together, right? Start off slow, then move position. I'm doing it twice. Now if you went down further, the pattern changes because the scale is slightly different on the B string as it is to the top E. So it would be 10, 8, 7 on the top E, 10, 8, 7, and maybe 10, 8, 6. Which is a bit more difficult, then it changes again. So we'll have 8, 7, 5, and then the B string is going to be 8, 6, 5. Whoops. Okay, put them all together. Keep going. Now when it gets down here, it's a bit of a big stretch. People tend to think I've got long fingers. I don't really have long fingers. They're kind of average. I just move my hand. So if I did it with 2 fingers, so I just move my hand, okay? If you can hear some noises, right down here, I've got my son asleep. So because he wouldn't sleep, and I'm trying to make a video, but he's here now snoring. Great. So if you wonder what the weird sounds were. So anyway, that's that for the solo, and it's just a case of improvising. When I was doing the other section, when you saw me messing around over there, all I was playing was the A minor pentatonic extensions. okay? Or you could just do it in that position if you wanted, you know, no rules, okay? So mess around. If you're familiar with a pentatonic, mix and match. They're both going to work. So finally, the technical thing. Now in the beginning I did the 2 octaves. Let me show you the first octave and I'll go nice and slow. There's the A minor scale. Then we're down into the A harmonic minor scale. Okay, so the only difference between the A minor scale and the A harmonic minor scale, well, I'll show you. Here's the A minor scale. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The harmonic minor scale, we're just going to sharpen that 7. Okay, the 7's going to come up 1 fret. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, sharpen 7, and 8. So it makes it sound kind of like Arabic-y, Spanish-y, you know, and that's all that's happening here. We're using the minor scale, then the harmonic minor scale. Okay, so that's all that's going on. Then over to the B string, G string. Now that last note there is A, 2nd fret on the G string. Now we can take it even lower. Over to the D string. A string. Open A. Put the whole thing together. Remember, learn this section by section, note for note. The trick is always to use the same fingers. Will work in the higher octave as well. It's a bit awkward for me here. Making it up as I go along. So there you have it, guys. Hope you enjoyed this week's lesson. Please don't forget, hit that subscribe button if you'd like to receive my weekly updates. Don't forget, you can find the tabs for free over on my website. I've got some merchandise for sale over there as well. I've got some t-shirts and hoodies and stuff like that. And I've also set up a PayPal donation button. Any loose change would be massively appreciated, and it just helps me to continue making this content. Really appreciate your support, guys. Hit me up over on Instagram if you've got any questions. I'll do my best to answer. And I'll see you again the same time next week. Enjoy.